Welcome to One Nation of Sports Locker Magazine Extra, and we've got a great program for you tonight. I'm excited about this. We have got some really cool people on here, so you're going to have a lot of fun. However, we are missing one very cool person who is in Colorado, and that's my son-in-law Jay Gill, and he's not going to be able to join us tonight. He's helping attend to one of my grandsons who wasn't feeling too well, so just lifting those guys up in prayer and looking forward to seeing them here shortly. But anyway, you guys are just going to have to miss out on all the shenanigans that Jay brings. I will do my best to have a couple of them in the speed round, but other than that, we're just going to have a lot of fun with our guests tonight. And speaking of them, I'm going to go ahead and quickly read off to you some of the accomplishments of one of our guests tonight. Haley Ansel is our player for the interview tonight, and she's from Southern Boone, and she played on the Lady Eagles soccer team. That's the district champion in Class 2 Lady Eagles that did a fantastic job, won some very good games during that run, and they had a great season. And of course, they are coached by the awesome man, Coach Wade Vanderlicht. We've talked to him before. We've interviewed him. Great guy. You're going to enjoy this interview with him as well. And he's busy. He was just got done with a ball game with one of his children, so he's making a rush to be here with us tonight. So we appreciate him being here. Haley was an all-district player with 15 goals and 15 assists for the year. Here's what Coach said was very impressive about her is she shot 42%, which is very good for a high school player. She was third on the team in all-around points, and she was a key component no matter where she was on the field and whatever the scenario was. Coach spoke very highly of Haley. I want to also share that Haley was voted to the all academic state team. So she's absolutely somebody that not only gets the job done on the pitch, but she does the job in the classroom as well. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring these guys on here real quick, and we're looking forward to this interview with them tonight. I hope you enjoy it. All right, Haley, Coach, welcome.
Hey.
We've got a little bit of a delay with Coach, so we'll let him. We'll just when we say something, he's got just a little bit of delay. But Coach, welcome. Thanks for being here tonight.
Thanks.
All right. Hey, I want to start off with this interview tonight. Like I told you guys, we're going to do a speed round here towards the end, but I want to start off with asking Haley a few questions. And Haley, just start off by telling us a little bit about the season this year. You guys finished with a record of 27 wins, 7 losses, and 1 tie. Did your team meet or exceed expectations this year?
I know at the beginning of the season we had set kind of the goal to reach the Final Four. So at the end, I think a lot of us were just disappointed that we hadn't got there. But looking back, there's so many things that we did throughout the season that exceed expectations. We played in the Springfield tournament in the middle of the season, and we knew we were going to play some tough teams in that tournament, like Glendale and Villa de Chine. And that was a huge success for us. We only lost to Glendale by 1, and we ended up beating Villa de Chine by 1. So that was a great weekend, and just winning districts is obviously meets expectations. So yeah, I think there's little milestones throughout that we reached, and it's something to be proud of.
Very good. Coach, I'm going to go ahead and let you chime in a little bit on that as far as meeting or exceeding expectations. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your thoughts on that this year?
Yeah, we like Haley had set a goal to reach the Final Four. We knew that this was kind of a big group of seniors that was coming in. They played together a long time, had some great years together. Some sophomores from the year that were freshmen the year before were coming in, and we knew that we were going to have talent all over and so we set our bar high. And then I think that, it always takes a little bit of luck when you get to in the bracket, the postseason bracket. And unfortunately, good farm team, and wasn't a whole lot we could do about that. But we gave ourselves a shot, and I think what was important in the end.
Yeah, I mean, I looked at your schedule and you guys played a lot of really good teams. And again, we were kind of talking a little bit about this before the program started, is that a lot of those losses that you had, a lot of them were just by one goal. And so you were literally right in on every single one of those games. So that says a lot about the team, that you guys have a never give up, a never quit mindset. And obviously that carried you all the way through the district championship. So, Haley, tell us a little bit about that district championship. You played some good ball clubs. You came back and you got a little bit of a revenge against a team that beat you. Tell us a little bit about that.
So when we went into districts, we had Fulton first round, and we ended up beating them 9-0, and so we were done before halftime, which was huge because we've never done something like that. And there's just more pressure with them. I kind of think that set the energy for districts, and then we had Kirksville the next round, and we had won 2-1 against Kirksville in the season, and so we kind of went into that knowing it was going to be a tough game, but we ended up beating them 8-0, and so that energy was just still rolling into the district championship against Holton, who we had lost to during the season, and we also kind of had that chip on our back from the loss earlier. So I think the energy was super high, and whether it was on the field, on the bench, didn't matter. It was super fun, and it was something to be proud of. I'm sorry, I think you cut out. Yeah, I can't hear your mic.
Can you hear here?
Okay, yeah, now I
Okay.
can hear it.
All right, good. Coach, tell us a little bit about that. I mean, going from a loss to those teams to beating one of them eight to nothing. I mean, that's a pretty big turnaround. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I kind of missed what you guys said a while ago because I couldn't hear, but I think you're talking in district play.
Yes.
Yeah, so when we came out in districts, I think the goal was to really just kind of, I shouldn't probably say scare everybody, but kind of show everybody that knew they were going to face us maybe in the championship or that we were going to meet in the tournament, what we were really made of. We had a couple games in our regular season where we were kind of playing around some injuries or doing it too much early on in the season, and kind of figuring some things out too. And I think that led to a couple games where we maybe didn't score as many as we should have. Uh, we had a lot of shots and didn't put as many in the net as we should have. And so all season long, we worked on those things, knowing that when we got to the point when it mattered, that we were going to show up and be that team that was sort of scary, that nobody wanted to meet up with in the end. And I think that's exactly what we did. Tolton was a good team and beat them 2-0. And, you know, that was a good result for us.
Yeah. Outstanding job. I mean, that, one of the things I wanted to talk about here in a little bit was the seniors. And Haley, first of all, tell us a little bit about how special was it for you playing along with these other seniors, this being your last year and going through the season with the goals that you had, but more importantly, um, I'm going to go ahead and switch over to you, Coach. Tell us a little bit about the seniors and
I don't know if um, I lost you or not, but can you hear me? Okay, I can't hear you, but I'll answer that question about the seniors. This group of seniors had been playing together way before they got to high school. Time. And, as a lot of them were starting varsity, and then of course sophomore year was we had the our season got canceled, and so last year we made it to the quarterfinal game, and of course it takes more than just the seniors every year to go deep in the playoff run. But this group of seniors we knew was going to be our big starting class, and we were at that point talent field. We knew we had to put together, and then it became about mentoring and trying to build the program so that when they left, um, we were able, looking ahead to next year, we're going to be able to fill the six starters that we have to put into place immediately. A lot of those are going to be sophomores next year and juniors, So um, I really sort of put it on their shoulders to maybe step up, and it's about only play their game, to also try to mentor some of these younger players so that we can keep the program rolling. And they already knew kind of how the system worked. They already knew, and so we still had to go out and win games. We still had to go out and play, but then we had the whole other aspect of it, where we had to come together and have the older group teach the younger group, or at least show them how it's done on the field.
Yeah, that's a big thing, moving back and forth between experience to those that are, needing to come up and to learn those things and be able to step in and take a leadership role. And Haley, I want to give you an opportunity as a senior. Tell us how special it was being in those leadership roles, as well as playing with your fellow seniors and finishing out this high school career.
Yeah, so we all kind of knew that like this was our year and we're going to be building the program this season for after we're gone. So I think we really tried to focus on connections with our underclassmen. We had a buddy system implemented by our coaches. So each senior was paired up with one or two underclassmen, and then they were kind of just their support person. And it made it a lot easier to bond with the whole team because, when your buddy would score a varsity goal, it was just so exciting, and you just got to be proud of them when they did big things. So,
Yeah, that's great. Coach, how special was Haley for you?
Well, one of the reasons I asked her to be on tonight is because she's, like you said, she does have 15 goals, 15 assists, but she played outside forward. Outside forward obviously is on the outside. The goal is in the middle, so they're not the ones that often score a lot. More the ones that are sending the crosses in for other. And I think that showed through her assist um, number that she's just selfish and willing to do whatever it takes to get the. But she got her own obviously. And earlier shot 42%. I mean, approaching 50% of all her shots went in the goal, and I can think of a couple more that hit the post or the crossbar that probably would have been game winners. So I'll just throw that out there. But
Yeah,
um, you know,
just
uh, somebody like that doesn't have, a lot of publicity times, and is kind of under the radar a lot. Maybe a lot of people don't notice that, but her coaches definitely notice it. I think her teammates definitely do. And then, of course, being on the all-state team in the classroom, academically getting done, she's just a good all-around player and a good person. And I think any teammate was glad to have her beside them on the field.
that is absolutely awesome. I want to just flip that around here real quick. Haley, tell us about Coach and what you appreciated about him.
So I have a few things. First of all, he just really made connections with all of us. Not even just on the field, but we had team dinners. We had a ton of just bonding time with our team, and it really gave us that connection that we needed with him so that we felt comfortable to talk to him about whatever was going on. And obviously, everybody looks for that in a coach because it just makes it that much easier to play for them. But also, he always was prepared. No matter who we were facing, he had film, he had scouting reports, he knew the numbers of the girls that we needed to make sure we marked. And it's such an honor to be coached by him.
Yeah, that's great. However, you do need to tell us real quick, is there a particular motivational saying that he like harped on all the time that, you guys heard it over and over and over again to the point of, okay, I got it, coach. Anything like that?
Oh, there's a few, but off the top of my head, probably just tiny heads was my favorite. Just can't let it go to our heads. Got to make sure we're playing like we're the worst team, not to get our egos up.
Yeah. So tiny heads. Okay, good. I like
Yeah.
that. That's a good one. All right. With that in mind, we're going to go ahead and move to our break and then get ready for our next section of questions. You guys doing an outstanding job and appreciate you being on here. And we're going to take our tiny heads onto the break right now. So we'll see you guys back here in just a moment.
Not everybody is an 8 to 5 Monday through Friday type. At CNS, we have employment options for the way you want to work with our flexible scheduling program. Flexible scheduling is designed to fit your lifestyle and allows you to be in control of your schedule. CNS offers insurance plans upon employment. Celebrating 45 years of staffing, CNS Business Services.
Say yes to CNS.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
All right. We appreciate our two sponsors that we have, CNS Business Services. They do an outstanding job getting jobs for people right here in mid-Missouri. They place people everywhere in all sorts of businesses and industries, and they do an outstanding job. So we appreciate them and their work. And also we appreciate the Missouri Army National Guard for every single student athlete that, we've interviewed so many of them that have made the choice to go ahead and go and serve in the Missouri Army National Guard. And the recruiters over there, like Sergeant Innes, they do an outstanding job of letting these student athletes know that, hey, we're going to be there for you and we're going to help you not only get a good education, but you're going to learn a lot of great life lessons that you'll be able to carry on in the future. So we appreciate them. We appreciate every single person that serves, and we just want to thank them for doing that. All right, guys, you guys have done a great job so far, and we're getting closer to the speed round. I just want you to know, so get ready, Haley. All right. I mean, I don't want you to freak out on me. Okay. I'm just telling you, you would be freaking out if Jay was here. He would have some good ones for you. So, Haley, tell us a little bit about your, that special bond that you were talking about a little bit earlier with your teammates. I mean, you're going to be moving on from seeing a lot of those people that you saw every day for, a number of years. How special was that bond for you?
Like Coach Van Dyke said earlier, the seniors are really a tight-knit group. We have played together our entire lives, so when we like new underclassmen, it's hard to create that bond with them. But I think this season we really did, and we tried to focus on that. And it's sad leaving all of them, but I'm really excited to come back in the future and watch them do great things and hopefully make it to a Final Four.
Yeah, that's awesome. You got any tips for them that you want to share? Tiny heads. Other than that, anything else?
Yeah, just what I said on senior night too. really just make the most of it and just play the game, because at times it gets too serious and you kind of lose the reason why you love the game. So just have fun with your friends and just give it your all.
Okay. Who has been your support group? Who are the people that you just want to thank for everything that they've done for you, Haley?
I want to thank my family for sure. My mom, my stepdad, my grandpa, they all came to all my games, all 4 years. And my soccer coach from when I was younger, Myron Helms, he coached us and made us the players that we were entering high school before Vanderbilt took us over.
Very good. Is there any family member that was louder than the rest of them up in the stands?
I would have not my family member, but I can say I overheard Myron screaming
All
at
right.
us.
All right. Very good. Very good. Hey, Coach, it was a pretty special night with two district championships happening on the same day. You had the girls soccer, and then you had the boys baseball team. What was it like in the community and at school after that? Was it kind of an electric atmosphere?
Yeah, it was kind of cool. We've ever had that before where we both played two sports night for a district championship, but ours was an away game in Mexico, and baseball had a home game, so I'm sure there were more people able to go to the home game. But I did see a little clip that somebody had posted on Facebook or something a little bit later on in the week, where they had announced when we scored over the intercom at the baseball, and the crowd just started. So that's kind of a cool moment because showed that Southern Boone, it really doesn't. I mean, it really doesn't matter what sport it is.
Mm-hmm.
We love our kids, and we want we want them to go as far as they can, and it doesn't matter what sport we're watching. Some of them I know have kids in both sports, so obviously they were happy for it. I think Southern Boone athletics, the community really gets involved with it, and they embrace it and are happy for girls, boys, what it is.
Mm-hmm. Talk about that a little bit. You guys are very successful in a lot of your programs. So, um, is there just a standard of excellence that you guys have put in place? And I mean, obviously, we do know about tiny heads. I don't know if the other sports use that, but is there a particular thing that you, as a school, you're just ensuring that these student athletes try to maintain that excellence?
Well, I mean, I would say a lot of it is done in the younger side of things. I don't have anything to do well, I shouldn't say I don't have anything to do with, but I don't have, I have enough time to focus on the high is what I would say on that. And I communicate with the people of those youth programs, but really that's where it starts. And we've always had big youth programs in the soccer side of things at Southern Boone and in the Optimist Club, and so I have to give them a shout out. Without that, the ones they have, and then when they do give us in high school, we do expect a lot out of them. We make sure we do things right in the classroom. We make sure that we are representing, um, just respectful players and people, and uh, we expect them to do all those things, or we do more running or whatever it takes. Just helps us get in shape much better. But we there's a lot of things that go into all that. But I think on the back side of things, when we expect a lot, sometimes it's not easy getting through the season. We have our struggles. Don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day, I think all the players know that the coaches care about them and are there to challenge them to get better. And I think that when it comes down to it, they step up and they meet that challenge.
Very good. Uh, Coach, I got one more question for you before we get one more for Haley, and then we'll hit the speed round. But uh, how special or how proud of you were you of your team? I mean, I know that you guys lost to Orchard Farm in the first round of the state playoffs, but they ended up losing in the championship game to the state champion MICDS um, in overtime, in one overtime. So, how proud of you were you of your team in that game that they played against Orchard Farm?
Well, I mean, well, I was just proud that we got the opportunity to go to the quarterfinal game. That's 2 years in a row we and give us a shot to go to the Final Four. I mean, that's a pretty big deal
Mm-hmm.
in itself, and it's not easy to do, especially the last few years we've been in 8-team districts. So we used to be in a 4-team district, so a little easier to get there. Now, granted, we had a sectional game in there. To a quarterfinal game and meet up with a lot of the St. Louis schools or the Springfield or Kansas City side of things, depending on where the plays. A lot of times, I do think we're just, I mean, how competitive can we get
Yeah.
with where we're at and our numbers? And every year we seem to just coming back. Like we said earlier, that's a testament to the youth programs and those coming in and just the program in general, how we continue to motivate and build those younger players. But I mean, I'm super proud of getting there. I always tell them, if you're going to lose, you got to go down swinging. And I think that in reality, Orchard Farm was a better team. And they had some really great soccer players that are headed off to some D lodges to play. And, in the end, we just couldn't come. Memory that I have, even though it's be a good memory that against a great team like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that I was more emotional after that game than I have been even winning some, just because I knew that it played out probably the way it should have, and you just don't want it to end.
Right, right. Well, outstanding job, Haley. That is an outstanding job. Uh, but we want to find out from you, Haley. What's ahead of you? What are you embarking on in this next phase of your life?
So in August, I will be moving to Springfield, and I'm going to attend Missouri State University and major in nursing.
Okay, very cool. I don't know if you know this or not, but the mayor of Jefferson City, she is a Missouri State alum, and she's big time and supporting that school. So she will be happy to know just right up the road that you're going to be heading down to Missouri State. So that's awesome. Very good. So nursing, why did you decide to go into nursing?
Actually, I have a few family members who are both nurses that I'm really close with, and they kind of influenced my decision when I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. So I started taking some classes. I took medical terminology, I took human anatomy, and I loved both classes. So I kind of just knew that's what I wanted to do.
Very good. Are you going to be doing any sports when you're down there?
I don't plan to. I may do intramurals. I don't think I can stay away from soccer for that long. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, very good. All right, guys, outstanding job. We've made it through those two sections, and now it is time for the speed round. So I'm going to ask each of you these questions, and I'll try to alternate it a little bit so that you guys, you know, like Haley, you're just not feeding off of Coach's answer and vice versa. So we're going to go ahead and start with you first, Haley. What is your favorite go-to meal after a match?
Usually go for pasta because carbs.
Pasta. All right, very good. I'm going to have to make a quick addition on that. Ethan Blake, who played for the Jeff City Jays and he plays up at Columbia College now, he kind of threw Jay off on his answer. And I hope this isn't going to be Coach Wade's answer, but we asked him what that was, and he said a bowl of rice. And Jay was like, a bowl of rice, that's it. You're not like adding any meat or vegetables or nothing, just rice. He goes, yeah, just plain rice. So anyway, that's good. You had a little bit more to that. Coach, how about you? What's your favorite go-to meal after a match?
I usually don't get much of a say because if it's an away game, everybody wants to stop at Taco Bell. It seems like. So, yes, Taco Bell.
All right.
Yeah, that would probably be true.
That's all right. Yeah, he's just trying to please and help you guys out. So, all right. Coach, how about you? The funniest moment you ever saw happen during a match?
Oh, the funniest moment during a match. Um, I've probably seen some pretty funny ones during a match, but I can't think of any off the top of my head. But I can think of something not during a match, and it
Sure.
involves hey, um,
No, this is what I
Oh,
was
we
gonna
were
say.
cleaning up after practice or whatever, and she just oh, you were gonna say this one? Uh,
Yeah.
she just basically came up and just hit a ball as hard as she could, and it hit me right in the stomach, and I kind of made
Okay, there's some context to
a little
this.
sound like the wind out of me a little bit.
all right. So
He
you
was
can
standing
use the
in the
Okay,
same
go
one.
ahead.
goal.
You finish it.
I was just trying to shoot the ball that was placed perfectly at my feet, and he was standing in the goal, and he just happened to get hit in the stomach.
Just happened to. Awesome. That's great. Okay, so Haley, back to
Yeah, in the
you.
wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, definitely. Did you have your head turned and I mean you just didn't know it was happening or what was going on there, coach?
Yeah, I wasn't looking for sure. I know it was coming. It wasn't like I was playing goalie that day. Turn around and she was like, "I'm so sorry,"
Yeah.
and I'm like, "I'm fine," but had to catch my breath a little bit. So just one of those. I mean, it's not the first time I've hit, but that one was a good one.
Okay. And so there was not like any pre-warning like in golf where they, holler four. Haley, you just kicked it and nailed him.
Yeah, I don't know why I impulsively shot that, but didn't go how I wanted it to.
All right. Well, we will get away from that painful memory and we're going to move on to Haley, what is the craziest stunt that you've ever done or that you want to try?
Like in soccer?
Anything.
Oh, um, well, okay, this is in soccer, but I always wanted to be able to do the starburst. You know what that is?
I have no idea what that is. I
It's
know
like a
what
front handspring, like on a soccer ball, and you can throw it in that
I do.
way.
I did not know
Okay,
that's what it
so
was
I
called,
can
but I
do
know
a
what you're
front
talking about.
handspring. I can do a front handspring, but I can't do it with a soccer ball.
Okay. You're doing better than me. I would do a front face plant. All right, coach, how about you?
Oh man, I know what I don't want to try, and that's like skydiving. I don't think I need to fulfill that in my life. Quite a
No.
few things that are a little crazy, so I think I'll just stick with my record.
Yeah. I would agree. No jumping out of planes. That just doesn't even make sense. All right. Okay, we're going to go with you, coach. You probably need
No.
to throw away what piece of clothing that you've worn way too much.
um, well, the seniors gave me this pair of shorts, um, and they took it. I don't even know if I'm supposed to say this online, but miss words and just as kind of a gag gift. And I told them I would wear it if we won the district championship, and I had them on that day. And so when we won, I had to walk around with them a little bit and show them off. So I think I only maybe wore them twice, and that's probably all they need to be worn, and they probably need to be gotten rid of at this point now that the districts are over.
Yeah, and sadly, in this day and age, people take photographs and it can be posted everywhere for, forever. You guys didn't do that, did you, Haley?
Oh no.
No, I didn't think you would. No, not at all. So, how about you, Haley? Any article of clothing you've worn it way too much and it probably needs to go away?
Um, I don't know, but like I'm always wearing Southern Boone stuff out, and like I'm so scared. I'm gonna wear that to college, and I really I really got to retire the Southern Boone attire before I head to college.
All right, very good. Haley, what is your favorite movie and why?
Oh, favorite movie. Can I do favorite show?
Yep.
All right, my favorite show is Grey's Anatomy, and I've watched it since I was little. There's a ton of seasons, and yeah, I just kind of grew up with the show, and there's a ton of drama, and it's about doctors, so yeah, I love
Kind
it.
of help. All right, helping move you right into your field. There you go.
Yeah.
All right, Coach, how about you? Favorite movie or TV show that you enjoy, and why?
Well, I'm gonna show my age on this. My favorite movie is Dumb and Dumber. I just get the innocent humor in that movie, and I'm a kind of a sarcastic, and then a lot of times people don't get it. And one of those movies that I got.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and give you one. It's a TV show that was way back I think it was in the mid late '80s, but it was called Sledgehammer. So you need to look that up, and you need to. It was very very dumb, and you might even think dumber than Dumb and Dumber. So it was funny though. All right, okay, Coach.
Okay, we'll do.
Your next, Coach. Your celebration dance looks like what animal?
Probably an elephant because I don't think they move fast, and I don't do celebration dances.
All right. How about you, Haley?
Let's go opposite of Vandalic. Probably a cheetah, cause just run to my teammates and just freak out.
All right. That's good. All right. Now Coach will do this one with you and then finish out with Haley. Last thing. One thing that most people do not know about you.
Well, I know you know this because we did it in our last interview, I think in the boys 2020 season. But I drive on, well, now it's Friday nights. We go to Callaway, me and Mike race together, a dirt late model. So a lot of, I guess I can't really claim that most students know that now I had me, but and I play music at church on Sundays, drums, guitar, and different instruments. So I kind of have a lot of hobbies.
Yeah, and you used to, what was it? You used to coach bass fishing too, didn't you?
Yeah, I started a program at Southern Boone, took off pretty quick, and then I uh, had to give it up because it just got too much, with soccer and everything,
Yeah.
just too many nights. But I think that that program's still doing real well. So
Awesome. Very good. All right, Haley, your turn. Your turn. One thing most people do not know about you.
I do not. I hate this question. I never know what to say about myself. Um, I would say this kind of makes me sound weird, but I kind of like school, which sounds really bad, but I just like learning new things. And I know it's not the popular opinion, especially within my friends, but I kind of
Well,
like learning new things.
well, let me put it this way. You don't end up on the all academic state team unless you don't like school. So great job, and you were rewarded for that. So outstanding. All right, Haley, Coach, thank you guys so much. I'm going to have you hold on here with me while I close out the program. But you guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight, and great job on your season. And Haley, great job on your career. I know that Coach will be able to build off of that in the future. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
You were
thanks for having
absolutely
us.
yeah. All right, everybody. Hey, that's a program for tonight, and I hope you enjoyed this interview with Haley and as well as with Coach Wade. Just got to have a lot of fun with them as well as learning a lot of different things. Now you guys also know some things about them that other people didn't know. Thanks for joining us on One Nation. Jay should be back with us next week. Hopefully he's not going to be slacking on me again. So, you guys make sure that you give him a hard time in the comments. As always, we appreciate you. We appreciate our sponsors. God bless you guys, and we will see you next week.